Marcus. That's one of the hardest pressure tests we've ever had in the kitchen. So many little elements, and I think that pushed them right to the limit.
All three of them incredibly courageous and went through some serious turmoil through that test.
Shall we get the first plate in?
Yeah.
I'm really proud of what I've put on the plate today. There are a few things that I haven't worked with before or haven't done before. It's, yeah, a really proud moment of mine.
Tough gig today, huh?
Yeah, that was the hardest thing that I've ever done, I think. Just that pressure.
Why so emotional?
I guess a combination of things, I suppose. Going up against Ash and Anna, but also just being in a pressure test and having that possibility of going home. I don't feel like I've done my best yet.
Billy, what do you do?
Restaurant manager.
So why do you want to go into the kitchen?
I want to own my own restaurant and run my own restaurant. I want to work in the kitchen alongside chefs as well. All that tied together is sort of the basis of, you know, what I want to build.
Okay.
Billy, cross your fingers. Time for us to taste now.
Okay.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks, Billy.
Well, that is a fantastic looking plate of food. She has done
Absolutely.
a brilliant job, has Billy. The whiteness of the onion compote against the black garlic is great. Can't wait to taste.
Knockout. Absolutely delicious. Wow.
Yeah, really good.
There's a lovely, delicate hand with this. Because it's not too big, it's not exploding in your mouth, it's just beautiful and elegant. She's got a balance there from every angle.
Delicious, and my part of the kidney, absolutely perfectly cooked. Just that point where it's still got a little pink in the middle, but it's just set.
Well, that's interesting you say that, because you aren't a kidney fan, are you? So for you to compliment a kidney cooked by an amateur cook, that's wonderful. I mean, she's pushed herself, and that's paid off.
This one sets the bar, doesn't it?
Well, and do you know, when you're finished, I could eat another plate of that.
Yeah.
And when you want another plate, you know it's a good dish. She's got an amazing future.
Let's get the next dish in.
Walking my dish up to the judges, I'm pretty proud of how I've butchered the meat and how I've cooked the veal loin, but I've missed a vital step to do with the veal rib, which is to glaze it.
Is that one of the hardest days you've ever had?
Ever, in my whole life.
What's wrong with the dish?
I just ran out of time in the end and sort of threw the elements on and didn't have time to sort of really correct everything.
Looking back at your resume, it's pretty amazing, you know. How many degrees?
4.5.
4.5? I mean, gosh, I haven't even done one. I mean, it's just a plate of food.
Yeah, I know.
Why has it brought so much emotion out?
Part of the reason I have so many degrees is because I've never been really happy in anything that I've decided to do. I've sort of pursued careers that I think that I should be doing or whatnot, but it just keeps coming back to food. It's the only thing that
Is this
makes
what you
me
want to
happy.
do now?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Our time to taste now. It's over to us.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
There's some obvious issues. I mean, straight up, the chulls are quite oversized.
Got the elements on the plate, and the I think the only thing that's missing is the fat.
Yeah.
That kidney looks undercooked, is it? Can you see?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
It's raw.
definitely doesn't look like your dish, Marcus.
No.
But it doesn't disrespect your dish in terms of flavour.
No, the veal tastes good. The onion in the centre has a good flavour. And the confit garlic is a perfect texture. It's nice and soft. I think there's a good depth of flavour coming in areas.
You know, I can forgive her the size of the chill because the shape's good and the colour on it is good and the flavour's good as well. And the real issue for me is the cooking of the kidney and the fact there's no glaze on the rib.
At the end of the day, she's nailed the veal loin, the rib not glazed, dry, and the kidney's undercooked.
I am feeling surprised that I have managed to actually get these elements out. There was one point I thought I was not going to have anything on the plate. I just hope it's enough.
Oh, actually, that was a torrid cook.
Yeah.
How do you feel now?
Now I am happy that I got something on the plate, but I'm not happy with everything that's on the plate. And I feel very different after this cook than the last pressure cook. I feel really, really flat and a bit defeated.
Do you still doubt yourself?
Yep.
Ashley, I've never seen a cook dig so deep as you did today.
Thank you.
How you got that out there, you will look back and reflect. That could be the big turning point for you. You've just been to a place you never thought you'd ever go, and you got out of it. Well done.
Thank you.
Ashley, thank you.
Thank you.
Well done.
You know, all the elements are there. The first thing that strikes me is just a little clumsy. It's clumsy, it's big.
Let's taste.
I think what's happened is Ashley's run out of time and she's put the kidney into the pan really hot on one side and hasn't cooked the other. And so what I've got is a raw kidney, which is pretty unpleasant. On the positives, the flavour of the sauce is delicious for me.
Yeah, it's incredible that she's actually got this plate of food up. There were some really good points about it. I thought the sauce was delicious. The veal, it was beautifully cooked. It was tender. The garlic was tasty. The braise was not bad as well. The kidney is very much underdone. I'm splitting my. It's a tough one.
It's hard, isn't
I
it?
think you're thinking of Anna's dish, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm
and
thinking about
You're
Yeah.
kind of ticking off on
Yeah.
one side and the other. I get some plus for
Yeah.
Anna, that's a plus for Ashley, that's a plus for Anna,
Yeah.
that's a negative for Ashley, here's another negative for Anna. It's
Yeah.
But there's something that I'm thinking about between Anna's and hers. This one seems a little darker, maybe not as, I don't know whether she's pushed the trimmings a little bit too far, maybe in the braise.
Well, the onions in this dish were taken further. They're a lot more. They're more like caramelised onions. The big problem for me is that kidney. It just puts me right off. On the flip side, I like the lightness of the sauce, and I love the cooking of the veal.
Some of those elements are really strong. Are they strong enough to beat Anna? Are they strong enough to keep in the competition? That's another discussion.